Hey everyone, thought I'd do a video, and today I'm doing my July wrap-up. Alright, so this is another big month because I have 9 books to show you. It is insane how I've been flying through books, especially near the beginning and the ends of the month. Like in the middle, I don't read that much for some reason. I guess it's because I have like a reading overload or something like that. But then near the ends and the beginning of the month, I am just like flying through books, and then I just like catch up with what I want to read, I guess. But anyways, let's just get right into it. The first book that I read in the month of July is called Monsters of Men and is by Patrick Ness. I am so excited because I finally finished more series, guys. I'm so excited, and this is one of my favorite series of all time now because of the ending, because it was so shocking what happened in the ending, and it made me want more. And I need to reread this series now because of this last book, and I need to read some of the novellas that happened with this book too. So now this has pushed its way into one of my top favorite series of all time. Next book that I read in the month of July is called Forever Summer. It is by Alyson, Noel. If this counts as 2 books, because there are 2 books in here, then my total would be up to 10 books this month, but I'm only counting it as 1 book since it's like a bind up. So that's how that plays. This was a really good book. I was so happy because there are 2 different stories. They're really similar, but there are parts in the book, in both of the books, that are just a way different feel, because both of these girls, it's summertime and both of them have to move. One of them has to move completely because her parents got a divorce, and the other one, her parents are starting to get a divorce and they're sending her away just for the summer. So that's sort of how that plays out, and it's really interesting. It's really good, and both of them, like, I sort of just felt like at some points there are parts where I'm just like, really, you really had to do that? But then it just comes around, and then I'm like, why did I even think that in the first place? So it's really good. It's really good. I'm really happy that I read this summer. The next book that I read in the month of July is called Insurgent and is by Veronica Roth. It's really good. I could sort of see how some people would think that this is a little bit slow, because I did think it was a little bit slow, but I didn't think it was as slow as everybody was leading it to be, because it was really good and I really kept my eyes on it. But like, it was sort of slow going for me to be reading this. Like, there were times where I like would put the book down and then I wouldn't want to read it for a while, then I would pick it back up and then I would just like read through a whole bunch. So that's sort of how that worked out for me. But it wasn't as slow as everybody's leading it on to be. So like, if you hear all those rumors about it being like slow, it being like not as good as the first book and everything, don't like listen too much into that, because it is a really good book and it's worth the read. And also, this was the first book that I finished in the booktubeathon. I was already almost done. I was about 100 pages left till I finished, but then it passed midnight and then I read the last few pages, and that's how it sort of played out. I read it within the booktubeathons. The next book that I read in the month of July, as well as in the booktubeathon, is called FullMetal Alchemist. This is a graphic novel and it is by Hiromu Arakawa. I don't know how to pronounce that exactly. That's his name right there. So I don't know how to pronounce that, but it was really good. I'm really happy that I read this, actually. I was sort of psyching myself out because of the way the book sort of was, because it goes from the right side to the left side as in how you're reading it, and you have to read it in a completely different way, because instead of going from left to right in reading it, you have to go from right to left. So anyways, I really enjoyed it. It was really similar to the TV series, but in this book there are like 3 or 4 different stories that are put into 3 or 4 different like episodes in the actual series. So I'm really happy that I read this, and it like goes by so very fast, and I'm so excited about this because I want to read more. After reading this, I want to read so much more. The next two books that I read in the month of July are from the Percy Jackson series, and that is The Lightning Thief and The Sea of Monsters. I'm so excited. I read The Lightning Thief inside the Booktubeathon. I started reading The Sea of Monsters in the Booktubeathon, but I didn't finish it in time for it to like be part of the Booktubeathon. Sort of. I don't know. But anyways, these are so very good. I'm so excited for the rest of the series because this is like gods and monsters, and I'm so into that right now. By the way, guys, this is a little bit annoying because I actually got this at like Walmart. I got a box set of the Percy Jackson series, and when I opened the second book, there's this little thing right here, and it's attached to the page. I want to take it off, but I'm scared that I'm gonna rip the page, so I have to keep it like that. And I don't know how that happened because at the top of the page, you can see at the top, it is like, if you go like this, you can see that it is near the top of the page, but it's not actually like folded into the top of the page. It sort of is and it sort of isn't. It's like really weird, and it's a part of the book now, and I can't do anything about it, and it's sort of bothering me a little bit. Alright, so the next three books that I read, I actually read on my Kobo, and I think it's only in Kobo format that these three books are made into. I don't think there's any paperback or hardcover form, so I read them on my Kobo. And the first book that I read out of these three books are called Torrent, and it's by Gemma James. I'll put the picture right here. But anyways, it's so very good. Gemma James is such a good author, and I actually wanted to read this for a little while now. So it's the first book in a series, and the second book is coming out in late October, and now I'm sort of regretting reading this book almost, because I'm gonna have to wait for like 2 months, 3 months for this book to come out, and it's gonna be so long. I don't want to wait. I want to read the next one. And by the way, also Gemma James is sort of an erotica novel type person. So this is an erotic adult novel, so I'm just warning you there. If you guys aren't into that stuff, don't go looking into this book. But if you guys are sort of interested in that, just go check this book out because it is it's a really good book. And the last two ebooks that I read are part of a series. It's called The Devil's Kiss series, and it is by Gemma James also. I could not get enough of her writing style, so I just went into some more of her writing. So the next two books are part of that, and those two books are called Ultimatum and Enslaved. So that is super awesome. I'm so excited because this series is so good. I'm almost finished. I actually am on the last book of the series, so it is super exciting because I want to find out what happens. It was so mind-blowing, especially the third book. It was so mind-blowing. I did not expect anything that happened, and that made me so excited. And now I'm on the fourth book, and I get to see what happens, so I'm super excited for that. Alright, so my camera is dying, so that must mean I have to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one, so bye!